Hello, and welcome to Beering in Mind Beer Reviews. And in our last four videos, the past four videos, we looked at four beers from Kyoto Brewing's Golden Week set. And I'm going to continue with Kyoto Brewing. I ordered a little bit more from them. They are closed, or not closed, but they're not selling as much beer as they used to because of the coronavirus, and they are selling online, and they have put together a number of sets, and I ordered a few. And I'm going to look at, in sequence, five relatively special beers from them. All their beers are special, I think, but these are more limited and or newer beers from them. Kyoto Brewing started in 2015. And they were founded by three gentlemen, one from America, one from Canada, and one from Wales. And I have to admit, or I have to give full disclosure here, I happen to know them, and especially the brewer, the head brewer. I've known him for over 10 years. When he was a home brewer, we used to sample his beers when he was trying to perfect his techniques. And he studied in the U.S. and then did an internship at Lost Abbey in the San Diego area. And then when he came back to Japan, he also did another internship. He worked at Shiga Kogen in Nagano Prefecture, which is one of the very finest Japanese craft beer breweries. And they started in 2015, and right out of the gate they were making good beer. I mean, exceptional beer, and they've never looked back. And after their first year, they were rated as the best new brewery in Japan on ratebeer.com. And then last year, in 2019, they were rated the best brewery in Japan, and I think I have to concur, or they're certainly in the top 5 of all breweries in Japan. And they began bottling beers a few years back, and they had basically just 3 of their mainstay beers for bottling. But with the impact of the coronavirus selling less and less, their bottling operation got underway, and they have quite a few available online. So, Rate Beer has 148 of their beers listed. There may be a few more than that, I'm not sure. Usually Untapped tends to have a larger number of beers, but Rate Beer has 148. They do have a tap room in Kyoto, and they sell all over the country. So, we're going to look at 5 beers in order, and generally the order for me is in order of alcoholic strength, and that's what I'm going to do here today. Okay. All right, and now we are going to take a look at beer number 5 from this set of 5 beers from Kyoto Brewing, and this is a very special beer. It is kind of joining with their first Brett beer, which they put out, their release called The Bonds of Friendship with Godspeed Brewery. And this is a barrel-aged Belgian Imperial Stout. And in English, they've called it Winter's End. In Japanese, it is called Touminからの目覚め 2018. So this beer was made in 2018, and in fact I drank it in 2018 at a beer festival. The brewer actually came up to me and my friend and said, "Listen, this beer is really on, you should try it," and we did, and it was great. They put a portion of that batch into barrels, which are called Ichiro's malt, and that's a very special, very limited whiskey producer in Japan. And their barrels are in kind of high demand. Some of the top breweries, for example, Shiga Kogen, have used them in the past. So this beer went into a Ichiro's malt barrel for 14 months. And So it was aged, this is their longest aging so far that they've done in their 5 years of business. And so it was produced in 2018, barreled, and now they're releasing it as a very special release. So, and they will be putting it out as a set apparently with the Brett Belgian Pale Ale, which they did with Godspeed, which is similar to or kind of like an Orval type of beer. So Belgian Imperial Stout, barrel aged, it's 9%. I don't know what the IBUs are currently, but when it was originally made, it was 8.5% alcohol and 46 international bittering units. So I imagine somewhat similar. The original was very strong roast malt character, really a beautiful kind of beer. So let's give this a go, shall we? This Touminからの目覚め, the name means from the end of winter, waking up, like a hibernating bear waking up. So after 14 months of sleep, this bear of a beer is waking up. Shall we try it? I'm really looking forward to this one. Okay, it is completely, was it pitch black, pitch brown, completely opaque, no light going through that whatsoever, of course. Kind of a half a finger of very dark tan head, kind of thinning out now. So I don't expect, with a beer aged like this, I don't expect much lace at all, and there is, of course, not much. Oh my, oh my. So the original beer had very strong roast malt character. Now it's got a very, very deep chocolate, kind of some solid dark fruitiness. There's something else in there, like I don't know, I want to say salted dried fish or something. I know that doesn't sound attractive, but very often some of the characteristics that brewers want and drinkers want are kind of unusual. For example, manure, or something similar to manure in a aged bready beer, that sort of thing. Oh, this has an incredible nose. Some mild alcohol fumes as well, not as much as I would expect for a 9% beer. And of course the barrel richness, the whiskey. In so many barrel-aged stouts, or barrel-aged beers, the whiskey barrel tends to dominate, and here it does not. It's certainly present. Let's try the flavor now. Again, very rich chocolate. And this kind of salted fish. I guess the closest thing I can get to it is something like umami, a kind of savoriness, very mild soy sauce sort of character. Again, the fruitiness rises up, dark chocolate fruitiness, some mild spiciness, some mild coffee character and mid-palate. It does not feel like 9% at all. There is some alcohol warmth, but it feels like a little bit less than that. This is quite a beer. They're releasing it again. This came with a set, and they're releasing it for general sale. If you live anywhere near Kyoto, I would suggest you can go to Kyoto Brewing and buy it. And I think they will also put it for sale on their website. So this is a really special beer. nice. So, special beer and special brewery. This is the last of the Kyoto beers that we'll look at for a while. I have another set coming in maybe about a month or so. So we'll renew our acquaintance with Kyoto Brewing at that time. And until then, I hope you will continue to tune in, subscribe to the channel, and leave me a comment. Okay, we'll be doing all kinds of beers. I'm going to be focusing a lot on Kyoto Brewing. I have had about half of the beers they made over 5 years, and I feel sorry for that because I've known them for the whole time. A good friend of mine has had every single one of their 140 some beers, and I'm going to try to catch up with what they're producing now as much as I can. Thank you very much for watching. That's it for today. Take care. Bye bye.